Hi guys and welcome back to Learn Golf with Cassie, where Coach Dad teaches and visuals. If I can do it, you can. This is the third video to our analysis series. This is the iron, hybrid and 3-wood. Basically all the non-driving clubs. So let's get into it.
Okay, start of the year, Cassie hits a cracking shot here at Fadesway, and we're going to see lots of actually good strikes. She gets the club head behind the ball and actually makes a lot of good swings throughout the year. It's probably the strength of her game, but we're going to look at some of the slow-mos and freeze frames to see what she can do better and where the problems are remaining. So in this swing, you can see we freeze frame. She quits on the shot on the iron, and this was at the beginning of the year. This was the problem. She'd stop, and then her hands would just flip through. She's still got the club on it, but it was a problem. And you can also see that she's standing up almost at contact, so there's no space for her arms to swing around her body. So she ends up flipping a little bit, which sends the ball left a lot of the time. And you can see in this freeze frame that her shoulders are almost parallel to the ground when she should be at an angle. So she's very much stood up and out of posture. But still some great strikes. She really can manage to get the club onto the ball very well, even at this stage of the season. Now this is one of the unusual shots she plays. Doesn't do many scuffs or tops. She just stepped up. Her posture was straight up again, and she came out of it very quick. But generally speaking, we don't see that very much. But that's the shot we just saw where she stood up too straight, no posture, so that everything pulls to the left. She got on the green, but again, as far away to the left as was humanly possible. We start seeing over the course of the season this reducing because we've been working very much harder on her hip turn and her posture. And those last two shots were good examples of her when she does keep the space in her posture to let her arms swing through. They go straight. This one in slow-mo is a really good example of a straight shot where she's got a much better posture, and as a consequence she can turn the body and let her arms swing through better. And here's another good example, and you'll see the body can turn much better to a higher finish, and when she does a high finish, usually the shot is a very good one. Okay, in the next few shots we can see sort of like a quasi position where she's still a little bit too upright, but there's a bit more space in her posture, so we're kind of working through it. One of the videos we've done is about how to maintain your posture and pushing into your right side, and it has certainly helped. This is in the middle of the year, and the miss was basically pulling it left just because there's not enough space for the arms to swing past the body. And now this two shots coming up, a good example of what I would think is her great swing. When she finishes nice and high, the body turns with the swing, and then the next one where she stops and kind of quits on the swing, and it just sort of bumps out but doesn't really fly very well. And there it is, just it's kind of like a punch shot, but it wasn't one played on purpose. And here we are at Coulston. She's got about 70 yards. She's got the 9-iron. She plays a lovely punch shot right next to the flag. And the following shot is same course, next hole, an amazing full swing with such a great high finish. That one gets right up to the flag. Now here's a slightly different problem that kind of developed gradually throughout the summer. She was playing a bit more golf, and she would pull her arms away and pick them up far too away from body, and then be cutting across the ball. So she was still hitting the ball well, but they were coming out a little bit shorter, a little bit left, and cutty, so not really coming out with as much energy. And you'll see it a few times over these next few holes. So this one actually is not too bad. She's a little bit stood up, but not too cutty. You can see the one where she's in her yellow jacket is getting cold. She's getting near the end of the day, and she really cuts it way across that one. And also it's about trying to hit it harder and pulling the hands ahead and across. So we actually, after this set of course vlogs, we worked on the driver to try and make sure that she would not pull her hands across and too early and drag everything to the left. Okay, and a couple more shots from the England rounds. We're now at Falconwood, and Cassie played some good golf. I mean, the important thing was she was getting the club right onto the ball, and that really makes a lot of difference. So she was hitting some greens, she was getting close to the greens, she made some really good shots. But when we got back from England, we started working on a few different things. But this is just one or two more videos from Cassie in England, because the other thing that we noticed was that her takeaway, sometimes she comes out very open and opens the club face really early. You can see it in the freeze frame. It's wide open. So that's something that we don't really work on half so much anymore. We spent the previous year working on her takeaway, but occasionally she does open the club face up. And in any case, she makes great recoveries, but it does mean overworking her hands. And if she overworks them too much, that's often when she makes a little flip to the left and pulls it quite a long way left. So this is back in Danshui, and by the summer, if you remember watching some of the vlogs at the beginning of the year, Cassie didn't have any confidence with her long irons hybrid 3-wood, but by the summer we'd sorted that out, and that is a great help when she's on the courses and trying to get more distance, as she did later in the year, often getting to par 4s in 2 shots. So that's amazing work, and she had so much more confidence to get those woods 3-wood hybrid going and striking very well. Okay, and here is a couple of great shots. A 9-iron to the 18th at New Danshui. Really good shot. Good energy through the ball. And she really was playing a lot of good golf. I mean, we've been looking at some of the problem areas, but some really good golf. That 7-iron there was one of the best I've seen her play. And when she hits it with real authority and gets the energy going through, they are quality shots. And this is now at Sunshine Valley, and we've been working in the driving range on punch shots, and this was a lovely low trajectory shot Cassie played into this green, one that Miguel liked, and she did too. We worked a lot on different types of shots at this time, and also Cassie was starting to really get the transition and energy into the ball. I'm going to let you watch a few of these really nice shots through the rest of the video. She played some amazing 7-irons. She's really confident with the 7-iron. She's starting to hit the 3-wood really well. The 3-wood now can go about 130. Hybrids about 110 to 120. She still hits some really good 9-irons. We do a lot of work on the irons, and we don't do much on the driving, the driver 3-wood or hybrid, but the obviously the skills, the technique, they cross over. The same swing for 3-wood and hybrid, and when she gets the driver, we'll see that in the driving analysis video, she is starting to crush it, and she's getting out nearly 180. It won't be long before she's out there for 200, and she'll be making these iron shots from closer and closer, and that will really make a big difference to her score. And just as a last couple of shots, we've got one here from Dartun, where she played a lovely iron right over the flag. She had a par chance, and she made a good bogey on a par 5. And then the last couple are from Bali. If you haven't seen our course vlogs in Bali, click and find them. They're right on the top of the video. She played some amazing shots on greens which were very difficult to hold. They were raised up greens. She was hitting high wedges, high 9-irons, finishing her swing nice and high, getting the ball close. If it weren't for some putting, then she probably would have broken 105 on those courses. And so you take a look at our putting videos and our chipping videos. When we put these things all together, she'll be down in the early 90s, I'm hoping, and she is hoping within the next 6 months.
Watching this video, guys. We hope you found that useful. Click the thumbs up button if you liked it, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and click the notifications bell to get an email every time we post. And we usually post on Mondays and Wednesdays. Bye!